Today I'll be doing Beyblade physics on Lord Spryzen from the Pro Series. And for sample bays, I have Orb Unguard, Double Zero Destroy Dash, and Lord Spryzen 10 Under Defense. First off, I'd like to compare the Pro Series and non-Pro Series Lord Spryzen. As you can see, the Pro Series version definitely looks better, like it's more shinier and more detail and stuff. And both of these can change spin, so they can go both right rotation or clockwise and left rotation or counterclockwise. But with this one, the layer base is just one solid plastic piece, whereas with this one, it has several gimmicks, which I'll get to later. Now we'll go over the parts of Lord Spryzen. For the performance tip, it uses Fusion Dash. Fusion is one of the earliest performance tips to come out. It's kind of basic, just has like this. Most of it is kind of flat and just has a little nub in the middle. So when it'll be on that nub, it'll be stationary. But when it goes on this rim here, it will go around a lot. And what it means to be a dash performance tip is that, so you might be able to see by this red thing, that's one way you can tell it's a dash performance tip. The dash performance tips are supposed to have stronger springs than their normal variants, which I can definitely tell with this one that it is stronger. And you can also tell it's a dash performance tip by the golden spring in there. It uses a golden spring instead of a silver one that most performance tips use. The only other dash performance tip I have is Destroy Dash. As you can see, most performance tips have this white bit, but dash performance tips have it red. But the thing is with Destroy Dash is that the spring is silver, so I'm not sure if it's any stronger than a normal performance tip. And it might be a little bit stronger, but it's kind of hard to tell. But this one for sure is a lot stronger than a normal performance tip. And you might be wondering, what does it mean to have a stronger spring in the performance tip? Well, that is going to help increase burst resistance. I'm going to put Lord Spryzen back together now. This Lord Spryzen, because I used that tip for that. And the disc is called a round. It has a really round shape. From what I've found, it's really nice for keeping the bay upright, because if the bay tilts, it will help it keep its balance and hopefully not scrape too much. It performs a lot like the proof frame, I think. And you might see it has these 4 metal balls here, and all 4 of them are actually free spinning. So I would recommend using this with the Orb Unguard layer, because they have a very similar shape and also have similar gimmicks, because Orb Unguard has these 2 free spinning metal balls. So if you line that up, you get a very nice shape for some nice defense, and you get 6 free spinning metal balls. I tried this with Eternal S earlier, and it worked pretty well. I'm gonna put this one back together now. Now for the Lord layer base. It's both right and left spin. You can change the spin by turning this. Right now it's in right spin. You can go like that to change it to left spin and back. All this kind of transparent red you see here, that's all rubber. And all this silver here is metal, like actual metal. And it has another gimmick. It's a little less noticeable, but there's a little nub of plastic right here and right here that protrude. And I checked, and that isn't on this version. And what those will do is they will make contact with the prongs of the disc and give it even more burst resistance. Well, I'll get to that later. Do the chip first. Here's the Spryzen chip. It has some nice chrome red on it. And the teeth are pretty good, I think. They hold up well. And so in the middle of the Lord layer base, there's like an axe design. You can also see that on this one. And it doesn't affect the performance at all, but I always like the axe to be facing up like this. And it kind of bugs me when I see it upside down like this. It's almost like putting the Valtryek chip on upside down, if you know what I mean. Now we'll get to the test battles, and I can, sample battles? Something like that. First, to put this bay together. It's pretty tight. This thing is not bursting. First, I'll go it up against Orban-Guard. Oh, and Spryzen is in right rotation mode right now. Whoa, that speed up! Lord Spryzen with the win. You may have sawn a little bit there. The around us made a little contact with the stadium, and it helped save a bit more stamina than like with this when it scraped. So it's definitely, yeah, I think around has some good life after death, good stamina. As I said, it performs a lot like the proof frame. And as you might have seen at the beginning of the match, it was at the rim of the fusion tip, and it was going around, and then when it made contact with the stadium rim, it sped up super fast and actually managed to catch up with Orban-Guard with that destroy dash. Now for Lord Spryzen 10 under defense, which is in left spin mode right now. Left spin mode. Equalizing. They're opposite spins, so they're going to equalize. That was really close, but I think I'm going to go give it to the Pro Series version. Now I'm going to change this one's spin to right spin. Try it again. So now they'll be at the same rotation. Yep, burst finish. I think one of the parts, maybe the disc, actually hits Spryzen up into the air a little bit. This Spryzen, I mean. Now I'm going to change its spin. Oh, and you can use the Spryzen chip on both right and left layer bases, and you can use the Lord layer base with both right and left GT chips. So changing it to left spin. Dropped the layer. There we go. So now they'll be opposite rotation again, but this time this one is right rotation and this one is left rotation. That was kind of a missed launch, so I'm going to do that again. The axe on the non-Pro Series Lord Spryzen chip, I find is a bit higher than the Pro Series one, I mean. So it has a bit of a trickier time fitting onto these Pro Series launchers. equalizing again. Again, really close. I think I might give that to the non-Pro Series version, but it was just really close. I'm not really sure. Gonna switch it back to left rotation so that they'll be at the same spin again. Oops, fell off the launcher. Pro is gonna win it. Called it. And now, one last battle against Orban Guard. This time they will be in opposite rotation. Oh, some big hits. I'm gonna try launching Orban Guard first and see if the outcome is any different. Huh, Orban Guard wins again. Interesting. Well, that was my Beyblade physics on Lord Spryzen. I hope I can do... I'd really like to do a battle video between this and the Pro Series Judgment Joker, because I did a battle between them earlier, and since they both have that rubber, there was some really big hits. There seemed bigger hits when they were in opposite rotation, which seems kind of weird, but yeah, I hope I can do that sometime in the future. But this is all for now, and thanks for watching.